Next topic is Nagara style. In northern India, temples were built mostly in the Nagara style. So, in the northern part of India, temples were built mostly in the Nagara style. The best known example of this style of temple architecture are the Kandariya Mahadeva temple in Khajuraho in present day Madhya Pradesh and the Sun temple at Konark in present day Odisha, the Jagannath temple at Puri, Lingaraja temple at Bhubaneswar and Dilwara, that is Jain temple at Mount Abu, are other famous examples of this style. So these are the famous temples which are made in the Nagara style. So as you can see in this picture, Sun temple which is in Konark, this is the style of Nagara style of architecture. The Nagara style temples have the following characteristics feature. First is Garba Griha. This is the inner room where the idol of the main deity is kept. These could be rectangular, square, or circular in shape. So, Garbha Griha is a place, that means, or you can say it is a room where the idol, that means the god, the statue of God is kept. Okay, these room can either be in rectangular shape or in square shape or in circular in shape. Pradashina path, this is a path or passage for walking around the Garbhagriha. So this is a path where the which will be attached to the Garbhagriha, where the people will go or they will enter the Garbhagriha. Next is mandapas or pavilion. These are massive pillared hall for various temple rites and ceremonies, often decorated with beautiful sculptures. So this is a mandapas or pavilion where a massive pillar hall. This means it is a hall like structure where various temples ceremonies and rituals are performed. Okay, and this hall is decorated with beautiful sculptures, that means statues. Shikhara, a beehive shaped tower which rises above the Garbhagriha, wide in the middle and narrow towards the top. It was crowned by a pitcher shaped kalash placed on a flat and thick disc called Amalaka. So, this is a beehive shaped tower, that means, as you can see, this beehive shaped tower. Okay, and it is wide in the middle and narrow in towards the top. You can see it is wide in the middle. Okay, and when it goes from lower to upper region, it structure, or you can say it becomes narrow towards the top. Okay, it is crowned by a pitch like colors, that means it is drawn just like a kalash. Okay, and placed on a flat and thick disc, that means it is placed on a flat or thick disc which is known as amalaka. Next is antaralaya, inner chamber through which one can see the deity. So this is the place where the followers or the people will be there and they will see their deity, that means their idol. Next is Dravida style. The Dravida style can be seen in the temples of South India, especially those in Tamil Nadu and Karnataka. So the Dravida style of architecture, that means the temples are found in the South India, especially in the Tamil Nadu and Karnataka. The examples are the Brihadaswara temple at Tanjavur in modern Tamil Nadu is one of the finest example of this style. The rock cut temples of Mahabalipuram and the Kailashnath temple at Kanjipuram are other excellent examples of southern style of temple architecture. Royal patronage had a significant effect on the stylish development of temples. So the royal patronage, that means these temples were under the different types of kingdom and they used to design the style of the temple, and due to which they are designed in this manner. So as you can see in this picture, so temple at Mahabalipuram. So this is the style of Dravida style of architecture which is found in South India. The Dravidian temples exhibited the following characteristics. The Garbhagriha, or an inner room where the idol of the main deity was placed. So just like the Nagara style of temple architecture, Dravida's style is also the same. They have the Garbhagriha where the idol is placed. The Vimanam, or multi-storied pyramid-shaped tower built above the Garbhagriha. So the difference between the Nagara and the Dravida is that in Nagara it was like beehive structure which is in a wider shape, okay, but in Dravida style it is made like a tower, that means in a more narrow way, okay. So the, or you can say it is a kind of pyramid shape like structure. Next is Goparam, Gopuram, or lofty pyramidal gateways where use entrance gate leading to the temple. So this is a gate like structure where the people will enter in the temple. Next is Mandapas where the elaborately sculpted pillared assembly hall. So these are the places where the different types of rituals which are placed, which used to take place, and it is and the nearby pillars they are sculpted, that means designs are made in the pillars. Next is Vesara style. The Vesara or hybrid style combined many features of the Nagara and Dravida style of temple architecture. So the Vesara is a type of you can say temple architecture where the both Nagara and Dravida is mixed. This style is best demonstrated in the Chalukyan temples in the Deccan, especially at Badami, Varasamudra, and Pattadakal. So these are the three important places where we can find the Vesara or hybrid style of architecture. The Hoysala temple at Bilor, Halebidu, and Somnathpura marked the culmination of these styles. So these are the important temples where the Vesara style of architecture is found, and as you can see in this picture, a Chalukyan temple at Badami. So this is the mixture of both Nagara and Dravida style of architecture which is collectively or famously known as Vesara. A distinct feature of Hoysala architecture was the star-like raised basement or platform on which a majestic superstructure Vinama stood. So it is a structure where the star-like raised basement, that means it keeps on going on like a pyramid structure, okay, and it is like a star like structure, yeah, that means at the top there will be star like structure, okay, and it is placed in a platform, okay, and they are made in a raised basement, that means it keeps on going, that means in layers and layers and layers they were making the temples. The temples were decorated with beautifully sculpted panels containing figures of gods and goddesses and episodes from the epics. So as you can see, there are they are drawn in the pillar, or you can say the like a you can say they makes just like a star light, that means they make pillars in the same way. In each pillars they used to write, or they used to make the figure of god and goddesses, and in some you can say in the some panels the different types of episodes from the epic, just like Mahabharata, okay, and Ramayana, every important episodes are written here. So these are the features of the Vesara style of architecture. Peripheral regions like Bengal, Kashmir, and Kerala developed their own distinct style. So in these three regions they developed the temples according to their own, or you can say different style as compared to the three different type of style which we have discussed. Geography, availability of raw materials and resources, and skill of local artisan and craftsmen were the main factors responsible for variation in temple style. So why there were so many different types of architecture? Because the place which is situated, okay, how whether they are able to get the resources or not, okay, and whether there was a great, you can say, local artisan who have greater knowledge about the to make the monuments, and craft people. So these were the reason why there were different types of variation of temple style in India.